Hi everybody, it's Crystal. Today I want to show you how to make this Easter basket. I didn't have no eggs to put in it, so I just used balls of yarn. But it was real fun and it was really easy. So let's go ahead and get started. For this project I'm using a size K. It's a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. And then I'm using a regular 4-ply yarn. I'm using Red Heart. And I'm using 2 pieces at once. I'm using the same skein. I'm just using the end from the middle and then the end on the outside. So you want to start with the slip knot. I'm using 2 because it's going to make it stiffer and able to stand up better on its own. I'm going to start with a chain of 4, like that, and then you want to slip stitch into the first stitch to form a ring, like that. Now we need to do 12 double crochets through the center of the ring, and we're going to do a chain 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. So we'll need to do a total of 11 more. Plus this one will be 12. So we're going to yarn over and go through the center of the ring. Grab your string and draw up a loop. And you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You want to yarn over and go through the first 2. And yarn over and go through the other 2. Okay. Yarn over. Go through the ring, grab your yarn and draw up a loop, and you'll have 3 loops on your hook. You want to yarn over and go through the first 2, and yarn over and go through the last 2. So counting this chain 3, we got 3 doubles. So here's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can pull them over a little bit to make more room. There's 11, and 12. So I got 12 through the center, counting that chain 3. Now I want to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, right here, and that will close this round off. That. Now sometimes if you pull this tail real tight, it'll make that hole smaller, that center hole. There we go. Okay, now we're going to start again with a chain 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet. And now you want to go back into that same space with another double crochet. So right here. So we're doing 2 double crochets in every stitch around this time. So we're going to come right here to this next one. Sometimes it looks a little funny, but it's right here. And do 2 double crochets in that same stitch, like that. And then you want to come to the next one and do 2 double crochets, and then 2 in the next, yeah, and then 2 in the next. So we're going to repeat this pattern, 2 double crochets in every stitch around, and at the end we should have a total of 24 stitches. Made it to the end of that second round, and I want to again slip stitch into the top of my chain 3 to close that round off. Okay, now we want to chain 3 again. Okay, now this round is going to be 1 double crochet in the first stitch, 2 double crochets in the next, 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochet, 1 double, and then 2. So this chain 3 counts as the first double, so this next stitch here will get 2 double crochets in it. Like that. And then the next one is going to just have 1. And then the next one will have 2. And what we're doing every time, when there's 2 double crochets in a stitch, that's called an increase. So if we just keep increasing every row that we do, the circle just gets bigger. And then when you stop increasing, that's when the sides go up. So 2 in the next. Then 1 in the next, 2 in the next, and then 1 in the next. So just repeat that pattern around, an increase, and then, a double, and then 2 doubles in the next, then 1 double, then 2 doubles in the next, all the way around. Back to the beginning, and then you want to slip stitch in that beginning chain 3. Just closed off that third round. Now for this next round, we're going to start with a chain 3 again. And then the pattern is going to be 1 double, and then the increase of 2 doubles. 1 double, increase. So we got the first double, and then we go to the next stitch and do another double crochet. And then the next one is going to be the increase, where we put 2 double crochets. And then 1 double into the next, and then 1 double into the next, and then an increase, 2 doubles. So this time around it's just 2 single double crochets in between the increases. That's all it is. 1 double, 1 double, and then the increase. So go ahead and repeat that one all the way around back to the beginning. Okay, now that I just finished that 4th round. Now round 5, I'm going to start with the chain 3 again. And this time it's going to be 3 single double crochets in between the increases. So this counts as our first one. And go to the next stitch. This would be number 2, and then the next stitch, number 3, and then is our increase of 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then the next stitch is 1 double, the next stitch, 1 double, and the next stitch is 1 double. So that's 3 doubles in a row, and then our increase. And then 1 double, 1 double, 1 double, and then the increase. So go ahead and repeat that pattern all the way back to the beginning. Slip stitch into my chain 3 there to end that round. Now this is all the bigger I'm going to make the base of my bag, because I'm just making this for my little 11-month-old baby boy, and he doesn't need a big basket. So, but if you want to make yours bigger, to make your base bigger, you just continue with the pattern that we've been doing. Like this last row, we did 3 double crochets in between the increases, and the next row we would do 4 double crochets in between the increases, and the row after that would be 5 double crochet in between the increases, and so on and so on. It's real easy. You can just make it as big as you want, and then when you get the base as big as you want, this is what we'll do from here on out. Once your base, I mean, like I said, if you want to stop here, that's fine, because I didn't want a real big basket. But if you want a bigger one, just continue with the pattern I said, and then after you get as big as you want, chain 3. And now from here on out, we'll just do 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. No more increases, and this will make the sides start to come up. Like this, and then we just do that all the way around, 1 double crochet in every stitch, and we'll just do like before, slip stitch into the chain 3, and then we'll chain 3 again and go around again, 1 double crochet in every stitch, and we'll just keep repeating that for as tall as you want your basket to be. So I'm going to go ahead and work on mine, and I'll let you know how many rows I do when I'm finished. Okay, I did 6 rows of double crochet, just 6 rows of the 1 double crochet in each stitch, and you can make yours taller if you want. Like I said, I'm just doing this for a little guy, so he doesn't need that much candy. He only has 2 teeth. So okay, now to clean up the edges here, I'm just going to do a row of single crochet. So I just slip stitched into my chain 3, so now I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm just going to go around with 1 single crochet in every stitch around, just like this, just to make it look a little neater at the top, I guess. So I'll meet you right back around here at the beginning. I'm back to the beginning after my row of single crochet. I'm just slip stitching into that chain 1 that we first made, that, and then I'm gonna cut my yarn and close this off. Okay, and then I'm gonna hide my tails. I'm just gonna weave them on the inside just a few times. The kids are being loud in there. I just want to weave them in a few times and clip them just so they don't come undone. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a handle on it. So I'm going to use 2 strings at the same time again to make my handle kind of thicker. And you want to start with a slip knot. My yarn's all tangled up down here. Okay. I'm still using the same size needle. Now you want to start anywhere, you can start anywhere you want on the bag. And let me get this buzz out of here. Okay. Just start anywhere you want and put it in the top. like that. And I'm going to start with a slip stitch through that knot here, or through the slip knot, yeah. Just start it like that. Okay. Now I'm going to go back in that same stitch that I just started this yarn in and do a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch, and in the next stitch, and in the next stitch. So I did 5 single crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I want to chain 1, turn my work, and I want to go back, right back into the stitch, and single crochet. And I want to single crochet in every stitch across that I just did, for a total of 5 again. There's 3, there's 4, and right here is 5. So I want to chain 1 and turn my work again. Now I want to go back across again with a single crochet in each stitch, and I'm just going directly right back in this first stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, turn, and again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, turn. And this is how I'm going to make my handle, just rows of 5 single crochet, back and forth. And of course, if you wanted your handle to be thinner or thicker, you could do more or less than 5, just whatever you wanted. But I'm going to keep doing this for as long as I want my handle to be. And it's going to stretch over to the other side, and I'm going to attach it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for a little while, and I'll let you know how many rows I end up doing. Okay, I did my strap, and I did 45 rows of single crochet, but you can do more or less, whatever you want to do. Now I'm going to attach it over here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball where I think it's even. I'm going to fold it in half here. And if you want to count in between and make sure you have the same number of stitches, that's fine. But I'm just going to fold it straight. And I'm going to mark off, since we did five single crochets for the strap, I'm going to mark off 5 stitches over here. I'm going to use a couple pieces of yarn. And like I said, I'm just going to try to get it as even as possible. But if you want yours to be really even, just make sure you have the same number of stitches in between. So I'm just going to, I need to take 5 stitches on this side and mark them with a stitch marker. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just like that. I might go, let me count real quick. Mine is just about right, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave it. Okay, now I'm going to take my strap. Okay, I'm just going to use my yarn needle to sew the handle on the other side. So you just want to make sure your handle's straight, how you want it sewed. And I got my stitch markers here so I know where to start, what 5 stitches I want it sewed into. So I'm just going to hold it up here and just do a few stitches through it to hold it on. Nothing fancy or anything. I'm just going through the bottom of the stitch and then this stitch, and this one, and then through that one. Take that stitch marker out. That's kind of all I did, and I'm just going to go back through one more time through all of them. Just make sure it don't fall off. It's hard to pull two strands through. It's stuck. There we go. Okay, now I'm just going to flip it over and hide my tail in. Weave it in. Just like that. Okay, that's what we got so far. Now I'm gonna dress him up a little bit, make him look a little bit like a, I gotta hide that tail too, like a chicken. I might put a couple wings on him and then a beak. Let's see here. Probably gonna use this light yellow. But I'm gonna use 2 strands of it. 2. But you can use the same color if you want. It's up to you. Whatever colors you want to make. You could also do this, like make it like a bunny or something. That would be cute. Put bunny ears on it. Or you could just make it plain. Just make it a plain basket. My yarn has been so tangled lately. Okay, I'm going to use the same size needle that I've been using. And you want to start with the slip knot. Okay, you want to leave a long enough tail that you can sew it in later. And we'll start with a chain of 9. Oops. Okay. Okay, we want to do a single crochet in the second stitch from the hook. We don't count the one that's on our hook, so single crochet. Then you want to do 1 single crochet in every stitch across. And you should have a total of 8. Oops. Okay, now you want to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work, chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do a single crochet in every stitch across again. Just go directly back in this stitch. Chain 1 and turn for a total of 8 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, chain 1, turn again, one more time, 1 single crochet in each stitch for a total of 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to take these 8 stitches and we're going to turn them into 6. We're going to do some decreases. So this first stitch right here, you want to do 1 single crochet. And these next ones we'll do a decrease in. So we'll go into the next stitch, grab our yarn and pull up a loop. And then we'll go into the next one, grab a yarn, pull up a loop, and we're going to draw through all 3 loops on our hook. That decreased, it made them 2 stitches into 1. Now we're going to single crochet into the next stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease over the next 2 stitches again. Go into the next stitch, grab a yarn, draw up a loop, and then go directly into the next one, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. Now we have 2 single crochets left, so we want to do 1 single crochet in each one of them. So now we should have 6 stitches left. So now we want to chain 1 and turn and do 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 1, turn, and one more time, 1 single crochet in each of the 6 stitches. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, turn again, we're going to do decreases again, we're going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then we're going to do a decrease into the next stitch, and yarn over and go into the next stitch, go through all 3, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next, and then decrease over these last 2 stitches, yarn over, go in there, draw up a loop, yarn over in the next, or go into the next stitch, yarn over and grab a pull of a loop, and go through all 3 on your hook. Okay, now we want to chain 1 and turn, and go through 1 in each of these stitches. There should be 4 stitches. Okay, chain 1 and turn, 1 in each of the 4 stitches again. More. Let me look and see how many rows I did here. Okay, now we're going to chain 1, turn, now we're going to do single crochet in this first stitch, and then we're going to decrease over these 2, so go into that stitch, grab your yarn, draw up a loop, go into the next one, grab your yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through all 3, and then 1 stitch is left, and let's do 1 single crochet in it. So now we have 3 stitches. Chain 1 and turn, 1 stitch in each of the 3 again, 1 single crochet. that. Well, we're going to chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to go into this first stitch and do a single crochet. And then we're going to decrease over these 2 stitches. So we're going to go into the next one, grab our yarn and draw up a loop. The next one again, grab our yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over, and go through both of them. Okay. Like that. And then we're going to tie off. And I don't really know, that kind of looks like a wing, but that's the best I could do. I hope it looks okay. Okay, so you're going to need to make 2 of those. The same. I'm going to hide this tail. The back of it here. Just weave it in a couple times. Okay. And I already made 2, and I'm just gonna, I hope they look okay. I'm just gonna sew them on over here somehow. Let me go ahead and make a beak real quick before I sew them on. Oh, I'm gonna use orange for this. And I want to use 2 strands again. I'm going to start with a slip knot. And I'm still using the same size needle. And you want to make your string long enough that you can do some sewing. You want to start with a chain of 7. Okay, and I'm going to single crochet into the second stitch from our hook, not counting this one. Single crochet, and then single crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to do a half double into the next, yarn over, go into that stitch, draw up a loop, and this yarn over and go through all 3 loops on your hook. And then the last 3 stitches we want to do 1 double crochet in each stitch. Just like that. And you want to make 2 of these little beaky things. And I'm going to sew them together a little bit. I got messy tails everywhere. I'm going to take the ends on one of them and put them on my yarn needle. And I'm going to kind of put them together like this. Maybe kind of sew them up to where there's about to here, to where the mouth opens up a little bit still, but I'm just going to start and just go around a little bit like this. It is so hard to sew things together with 2 strings of yarn. I'm just going to do stitches like this all around it. And back through this side. Yeah. And I'm going to sew down the edges a little bit. Man, I feel like I gotta work out to get these 2 strings of yarn through. Probably just go not quite all the way, but just so his mouth opens up a little bit on the end. And then I'll just hide my tail, weave it in a couple times. And then I'm going to do the other side. If you had a better way to make a beak though, whatever you think, I'm just kind of winging it a little bit. So okay, that's good. Hide my tail. Bit. Alright. And then I'm gonna weave this in and clip it, and this long one I'll use to sew it on with. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Okay. Alright. A lot of tails to tie in there. Sorry if I'm boring you. Sewing in my tails. Okay. Now, you want to get your bag. And wherever you want to put your beak. Put mine right about here. And just sew it on. Like you would sew. Just going through the yellow. And then back through the end of the beak. That. It is super hard. I keep saying that. I never realized how tough it was to get 2 strings through. And then back through here and through my basket. And back again. I feel like I need a pair of pliers to pull that through. Okay. Once you get it where you feel like it's sewed on there pretty good, it ain't gonna go anywhere. You can hide your tail. Just hide mine on the inside of the bag here. Pull it through a couple times. I'm going to do it one more time. Alright, got that on. Now you can sew little wings on over here. I'll probably just sew them kind of equal with the handle. My first row of double crochets down, probably right about here, and just sew them on kind of the same way. I'm just going to do it the same way I just did. Beak. Just right down the side of it, or the front of it. And I'll probably go down the side, each side just a little bit, half of the way maybe. And I'll just weave this in the back up to the top here, and then I'll go down about halfway down the top, about from here to here. It's the same way. Like that, and then hide my tail like this a few times. Get my arm, and there's one. And you can sew him all the way on if you want. I just kind of want it to flip out a little bit, like a real wing would. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do my other one, and then we'll do some eyes. Okay, I got both my little triangle wings sewed on. So now I'm going to make an eye. And I got 2 strands of white yarn again. Same needle. And I want to do a chain of 3. And I want to slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. Now I'm going to do a chain 2. And I want to do 10 half double crochets, half doubles, through the center of the ring. And this chain 2 is going to count as our first one. So we're going to yarn over and go through the ring. Grab our string. And we'll have 3 loops on our hook. We're just going to yarn over and go through all 3. And that's how you do the half double. So we're going to yarn over, go back through the ring, drop a loop, all 3. Just go through all 3. Okay. Okay, and we want to make sure, oh, we count that chain 2 as 1. So, counting that chain 2, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 already. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here's 10. And we want to slip stitch into the first chain 2. Maybe. Maybe tight. Okay, just like that. Now, I think we can pull that tail and maybe make that center smaller. There we go. And then we want to leave a long tail to sew it in with. And we need to make 2 of these. The whites of the eyes. And then I have a little poof ball that I'll probably glue on it too. If you don't have any of these, you can just make a little bitty black ring and do it. But I'm going to clip the center one down short and just sew it in when I sew it on. So make 2 of them, and then we'll sew them on just the same way as we sewed everything else on. Show you real quick. Well, okay, you just find where you want to put it. I put it right about here. Wherever you want to put it, you know, wherever you think his eyes should be. And just sew it on like you sewed everything else on. Tuck them tails underneath. And I'm just going to make stitches all around it. Just like that. And then hide your tail like before. So I'm going to go ahead and make my other eye. And get my little poof balls glued on and everything. And then I'm going to look at it and see if I think it needs anything else. I got his eyes all sewed on. Now I'm just going to add a little bit like feathers or hair or whatever you want to say up here. I'm just going through the stitch. I got 2 pieces of yarn. I got 1 of each color. Pulling a loop through like that. And then taking all these and pulling them through the loop. Kind of like that. And I'll trim them up here in just a little bit. But I'm just going to do that a few times across between his eyes here. like that. Oh. Let me do a couple more. Let me do one more. And you don't have to do every stitch. You can do every other, or you don't even have to put this on him. It's whatever you want to do. Just decorate him how you want. Okay, now I'm going to trim them up a little bit just to make them look like short. Short little feathers. Or if you want them long. He's kind of silly looking, but okay. Okay, I finished cutting his bangs, and I just tied a ribbon around each of the handles just for something different, but you don't have to do that. But that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. He looks a little silly, but he'll be good enough for my little baby. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. If you want to post any pictures of anything that you make, you can post it on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'd like to see it. And don't forget to check out my other tutorials. I got lots of other bag and purse tutorials that you can check out. And thanks for watching. Until next time, have a good day.